If I lost every fragrance I owned and had to start from scratch, this is exactly how I rebuild my collection. From getting fragrances for free to finding a perfect fragrance at any price point. And spoiler alert, I'm not selling a kidney this time. Before I spend a dime, I'm getting my hands on fragrances for free. And no, I'm not talking about robbing a department store. If you go on the website of any major retailer, you're gonna see hundreds, even thousands of reviews. And here's the secret, not every review is from someone who actually paid for the product. And the same goes for fragrance. Sites like Influence that give you the opportunity to receive full-size bottles of fragrance in return for a written review. Basically, you smell good, you say a few words about it, and you become that guy without spending a dime. And here's a pro tip, if I were going to get more fragrances without spending a dime, I would just hit up a few different stores, find fragrances I like, and ask for samples. And if I go to enough stores and enough malls, then I have enough for a full rotation. All right, so we started to build our collection, and so far we haven't spent a dime or gotten kicked out of any stores. So let's go ahead and start to build this thing up gradually. If I'm starting my fragrance collection from scratch, then a major life event probably happened. So in this case, I'm starting with clones. Think of it like your friend who shows up looking expensive, but they probably got it all from Fashion Nova. Chances are I'm kicking things off with our Marv Clubbed in the Wheat Intense Man. This was one of the first clones I was introduced to, and the first clone I talked about on the channel. It's Creed Aventus on a budget, and this thing hits like a champ. It's fruity pineapple, modern masculinity, and a scent trail that says, yes, I know I smell amazing. Early on, it was a go-to fragrance for me when I was attending events where they just weren't good enough for Creed Aventus. Because of our history, it has a special place in my heart and on my shelf. Then I'm moving on to Lattafa's Assad. This one is a powerhouse. It's bold, it's spicy, and unapologetically confident. This is a clone of Dior Sauvage Elixir, and it has all the qualities that you would expect in it. It's peppery, aromatic, and it has just a touch of smooth lavender. And in my opinion, it's perfect for any season as long as you know how to wear it. And then I'm taking it back to Lattafa because why not? And this one is Lattafa's Camera. I'm grabbing this one because honestly, it's like pouring liquid dessert on yourself, but you do it in a classy way. It's boozy, it's cinnamon, it's creamy, it's praline, and overall, it's just rich and super inviting. I almost liken this one to smelling like this luxurious cinnamon roll. I mean, you just smell tasty, and if cinnamon rolls had swagger, it would be this. Of course, I had to pull in 1981X from Alexandria Fragrances. This has been a staple for me for a long time. This is honey tobacco with a touch of citrus. It's like sipping a spiced cocktail on a cozy winter night. It's smooth, it's aromatic, and it has that rich, slightly powdery finish. It's perfect for fall and winter, and honestly, it has this upscale vibe to it that almost feels like you should be wearing this cashmere sweater dressed in your best linens. Well, not linen, but you know what I mean. If you ever thought clones can't impress people, then think again. Wear one of these and you have people question their life decisions like if they really should have paid that much for the OG. Next up, I gotta dive into some affordable fragrances, and these are fragrances that smell way more expensive than they actually are. In this category, I gotta go with Ed Hardy's Love and Luck first. This one is citrus, it's spice, it's vibrant, but it's also youthful. This is perfect for casual days when you wanna smell good, but you don't wanna put much thought behind it. Over the years, this fragrance has been compared to Creed's Millesime Imperial, and although I don't think it takes that same approach, I do see how this one could be an adjacent scent. It's like a long distant relative. This thing is about 20 bucks and performs like a champ. And because of that, this is one of those fragrances that could be phenomenal for building your foundational scents with. I've purchased this one time and time again for people as gifts, and no one has ever been disappointed. Another one people have never been disappointed with, which is why I have to grab it again, has to be Coach for Men. This is fresh, it's versatile, and it's just a plain old likable scent. It kicks off with this juicy pear in the opening that just adds to this fresh, attention grabbing feel. It's modern, it's clean, it's smooth, and this is a great everyday fragrance, especially for the guys out there who want to smell amazing and don't want to overcomplicate things. This should be an easy pick. Another easy pick for me would be Versace Man Eau Fresh, and this has this freshness that people love, but it also has this spiciness that makes it completely different. When I think about this fragrance, I think of it being fresh, crisp, and aquatic. To me, this one's also super refreshing. It's like a splash of cold water to your face on a hot summer day. Now, despite the casual nature of this fragrance, it has just enough oomph and just enough spice here to add this extra level of elegance to a fragrance that's super affordable. So don't be afraid to wear this one to the office. It could still do wonders. And speaking of doing wonders, next I'm going for Ferragamo Uomo. Talk about a sexy fragrance. This one is rich, it's sweet, and a little dark. When I think about this fragrance, I think about it as being like this dessert for your senses. There's this coffee and leather that make this fragrance bold, but there's also this tonka here which just edges it out and smooths it down a bit. Now this one's going to be great for date night with the missus, or just those times when I want to feel a little bit more seductive and a little bit more mysterious and having a little bit more cuddle buddy activities. Another fragrance that I'd highly consider starting out with is John Bravado's Artisan Pure. Believe it or not, at one time I had 6 bottles of this fragrance. I bought one and they sent me 5. I gave the other 5 away. So if you want it, congratulations. This one's clean and it's classy, but it also has this classic fragrance feel. You get florals, you get citrus, and you also get wood, and it's even showing in the fragrance here that you have this woody base. It's great for casual wear or any time where you just want to feel uplifted and refreshed. Now, in my opinion, those budget-friendly fragrances were anything but basic, but we still got room to kick it up a notch. And the next group of designer fragrances are a little bit more elevated, like throwing a well-tailored jacket over your basic t-shirt. They just work and they're effortless. On this side, I'm kicking things off with Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. Now, some people out there would opt to go for Dior Sauvage, but when everyone goes right, I'm going left. It's fresh, it's clean, and a little bit metallic. This is like Sauvage's more refined cousin. This is the fragrance for the guy that looks like he belongs in a watch collection. I'm looking at you, Teddy Baldassar. It's versatile, it's easy to wear, and it just smells like you got your life together. It's perfect for office wear, casual nights, or just when you want to smell good. Taking it up another notch, I'm going with Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky. Of course, you know that I'm rebuilding with this. When I think of Lucky, I think of it being sweet, nutty, and straight up addictive. It's hazelnut and plum with just a smidge of this ozonic freshness. This is perfect for those nights when you might not be in town for a long time, but you're there for a good time. And if you want to get noticed, spraying this fragrance is just enough where people have to turn their heads. And all of that considered, this fragrance is super easy to wear, and you'll be hard pressed to come across someone who's not digging this one. Now, if we're going for something that's classy, aromatic, and a little bit rebellious, then I gotta go to the house of Chanel, and this one is Bleu de Chanel Parfum. Now, I wouldn't be alone in saying that this one is an office approved fragrance, but I would also say that this one is super interesting. You get this citrus at the top, you get some incense at the base, and it just comes off as a sophisticated fragrance, but it doesn't feel stuffy. Now, as I mentioned, this fragrance is great for the office, but it also does work for dinner or any time where you just want to come off as smelling ambitious and successful. I've seen this fragrance work for all types of guys, from the guys that are super polished to the guys that can shotgun a beer without spilling a drop. Next, from YSL, we got La Nuit d'Alhomme, and this one is spicy cardamom with this smooth but woody backbone. Over the years, this one has grown to be the undisputed date night king. This has always been a fragrance that has made people lean in a little bit more closer, make women pay that much more attention, and helped you be that much more seductive without being that loud. This is one of those fragrances where they whisper the compliment versus shouting it across the room. This is one of those fragrances you spray on when you think you got a good shot at extending the night and you just want things to go in the right direction. Now, in building my collection, another bold move would be taking this fragrance here, which is Spice Bomb Dark Leather. Now, most would go with Extreme, which is not a bad choice, but this one provides something different. It's bold, it's smoky, and it's leather forward. Imagine the original Spice Bomb with this rugged leather upgrade. This one's dark, it's slightly intense, but it also comes off as balanced. It's like you take the original DNA and you add this spicy edge, but it doesn't lean too far over like Spice Bomb Extreme. It just adds this different manly kick. This one's perfect for that cool weather and when you want to make an obvious statement. Now, the last few fragrances have been darker, a little more edgy, and a little sweeter than some might expect. So the fragrance that I would go with next next happens to be from the House of Armani, and this one is Aqua de Gel Parfum. This has that fresh marine DNA of the original, but this one's deeper and more intense. It's perfect for day or night, office, or just general casual wear. This fragrance just smells like an upgrade to your day-to-day. I mean, really, it doesn't break the bank, but when you wear this one, you just smell like the rich uncle. Also, what I really like about this fragrance is how it develops over time. You get kind of everything you would expect within a modern men's fragrance, so you can't go wrong with this one, and it obviously has to be added back into the collection. Now, the designer fragrances are like a well-tailored suit. They just make you feel like you're put together. But in addition to that, they also don't break the bank, which is a plus. But you want to know what else is a plus? Is smelling different than everyone else, and that's where the indie fragrances come in. Kicking off the indie brands, I would have to go with Soul Cafe from Savoir Faire. This one smells like warm coffee, leather, and amber. Anytime I smell this fragrance, I can just picture the creator just sitting in this rustic jazz lounge smoking a cigar and sipping on a cup of spiked espresso. This fragrance is bold, it's inviting, and smooth, and let me tell you, anytime you spray this thing, it stands out. Anytime you want to make a great first impression, this is a fragrance you can reach for. Now, I did a 10 for life in real life, having a bottle of this with me, not this bottle, but another bottle with me, and that fragrance performed phenomenally, which is why I ended up getting this bottle. It's a champ. Another indie brand I would go for is Kieran NYC, and more specifically, this one is Scent X Me. Anytime I smell this fragrance, it just feels vibrant, it feels euphoric, and it feels like a night out scent. This is champagne, it's cinnamon, it's passion fruit, and this fragrance just feels energetic. It feels sexy and addictive, and one of those scents that when you wear this one, the game changes. It's a spicy citrus fragrance, and it just smells like there should be skin to skin activity. This next one is St. Julep from Imaginary Authors, and this fragrance is next level. I smelled this one years ago, immediately had to have it. This one is sweet mint, it's tangerine, it's bourbon, and it also has the sugar cube and its imaginary note of crushed ice. This fragrance performs phenomenally during warm weather times. This is a indie scent, but it comes at a relatively affordable price point. I'm talking, generally speaking, under $100. You're getting a next level fragrance, and this is one that has to come back to the collection, so consider it for yourself. Moving on from Chris Collins, we have African Rooibos, and let me tell you, this fragrance is rich and it's exotic. Now, this has this tea note to it, but it just comes off as something that is rich, something that is natural, and something that you need. This fragrance is also comforting, it's warm, and super exotic. It's a fragrance that you wear when you want to feel sophisticated, but you still want to come off as approachable. This fragrance is for the guy that drinks tea but can still fix a car. Now, if you know anything about the House of Precious liquids, then you know about this one here, and this is Turquoise Waters. This one opens up with Juicy Pear, and overall, this fragrance just feels like you have the ocean at your fingertips with every spritz. Let the ocean vibes fall in. In addition to those aquatic notes, you get some nice florals in the mid here. Another phenomenal fragrance that you can experience and enjoy. And if I'm rebuilding my collection, this is just another fragrance to consider among the indie giants. All right, so now we're stepping things up to the niche fragrances where the whole vibe is expensive and unique. These aren't just fragrances, these are statements. And if I'm making a statement, then why not make it with Creed Aventus Cologne? This is a fresher, more approachable twist on the original Aventus DNA. And when this fragrance originally came out, I wasn't loving it, but now I'm about it. Think juicy mandarin, spicy ginger, musk, while keeping the scent clean, crisp, and versatile. Now, in the beginning, we talked about Club Dinner Wheat Intense Man, and when I needed to step things up a bit, this is the fragrance I'm going with. This is perfect for the office or casual weekends, and this is for the times where I just want to walk in and want my presence to be felt. And when I want to smell like success, this is it. Next, at its big old price tag, I'm going with Clive Christian Amber Wood. Now, when I first came across the house of Clive Christian, I thought, who would ever spend that much on a bottle? And I have time and time again. This is rich, woody, and a bit smoky. And like most Clive Christian fragrances, this one has class written all over it. The amber here adds this rich, almost honeyed depth to the composition, while that cedar and that vetiver just add this touch of sophistication. This is ideal for formal events or when you just feel like flexing. When you wear this one, spray it on and tell people to sit down and be humble. Moving on from Maison Crivelli, we got Saffron Secret, and this is a newer release, and sometimes you just gotta build things with the new. This is smoky leather and sweet amber. It's daring, it's mysterious, and it's totally unforgettable. Of course, as you can see from its name, you get this saffron in here, and it doesn't really say saffron, it says like saffron, but you know what it means. This fragrance doesn't just turn heads, it makes people do a double take. It's perfect for the cold weather, it's luxurious, it's dark, but it's also a little alluring. Now, if you want a powerhouse fragrance, then the House of Dubai features a ton of fragrances you should try. Now, if you're looking for a powerhouse fragrance, then Madame from the Spirit of Dubai is a fragrance that you should check out. This one is saffron, it's amber, and it's leather. It's dark, it's mysterious, and one of those fragrances you should spray on when you just need to go beast mode. Now, what I like about the Spirit of Dubai fragrances is that they come off as this opulent scent and puts you in the mind of everything that you would imagine when you think of the tourist version of Dubai. Now, I'll also tell you that this fragrance is not for the faint of heart. You have to have that next level feel to yourself and the next level confidence before you even think about spraying this on. But let me tell you, it does smell amazing. I just saw Yo Gotti posting himself in Dubai, and all I thought about was this fragrance here saying, playtime's over, it's the big leagues. And when you're tired of messing around with the little play scents, you spray this one on and take things to the upper echelon. And keeping things over in the UAE, this fragrance here from Parfum de Marly is up next, and this one is Wojan. And Wojan came from their Arabian collection, and this thing here is phenomenal. It's spicy cinnamon, it's honey, and it's tonka. It's rich, it's cozy, and it's also a little bit decadent. This is one of the most attractive fragrances from the House of Parfum de Marly, but it's also one of the most underrated fragrances from them as well. Oftentimes you hear people talk of Leighton, you hear them talk of Carlisle or Sedley or Greenlee, but this fragrance here, it's applying pressure. It's warm and inviting. It has that apple baked pie type of feel that we talk about in these types of scents. A little gourmand action, a lot of honey here as well. And great for those close encounter moments when you just want to make her feel like, well, she's with the real man. Fall and winter nights, this one's gonna knock things out of the park. This one's smooth and it is the real deal. Look, as you see, there are tons of different types of fragrances, and rebuilding a fragrance collection doesn't mean that you have to take out a second mortgage. You can start with freebies, level up to clones, sprinkle in some budget gems, and then add in some designer staples. Once you get that down pat, add on some creativity from some of the indie brands, and then begin to build up with these niche powerhouse scents. No matter if you're just starting out or rebuilding your perfect fragrance collection, these are just some fragrances to consider. But if you're looking for more next level fragrances to help you win with women, then click here to see fragrances that should be called Mr. Steal Your Girl.